Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences is one of the biggest faculties in NUS. It has close to 7,000 undergraduate and graduate students, and we offer probably the widest range of modules in NUS. We have 16 departments offering 20 majors, as well as a very wide number of minors, which allows for very comprehensive major-minor combinations. The CHS is a very interesting and exciting curricular innovation. It will involve colleagues in the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences coming together with each other, as well as coming together with colleagues in the Faculty of Science. The core curriculum will actually stretch and challenge students' traditional disciplinary boundaries and expectations and give them a lot of skills which will be increasingly necessary.
At the Department of Communications and New Media in the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, we cover communication studies from the whole spectrum of the discipline with a focus on new media. Our pedagogy in communications and new media is very distinct. We embed theory with practice. As part of our integrated and interdisciplinary curriculum, our students from one batch, such as the digital storytelling batch, some of them will also take modules in crisis communication as well. So sometimes the two groups come together to work on a live event. When we teach our students new knowledge and new skills, we hope to transform our students as enlightened citizens. They become, kind of active learners. They become self-reflexive learners. They learn the critical, the creative, the quantitative, the qualitative, and the computational at the same time. The CNM Studio is a multimedia production makerspace. In that room, students actually learn video production, post-production. They learn how to code games. They learn how to design user interface. So we focus on producing media objects.
One class we teach is critical design. It focuses on interaction beyond the screen, so thinking about physical computing, wearables. We also have classes on game design, where we think about designing for playable, fun experiences and contrast that with designing for the screen, so that they can see through that contrast what they're really doing when they design for interaction. We have some VR equipment that we use to show students that you don't just interact on the screen. It's useful to think about how does that change what it means to look around a virtual world? How does it change the way in which you interact with the objects in that world? The important thing here is that students get to experience hands-on these different forms of interaction. So they don't just read about VR, they actually get to try that out and see how the decisions they make actually impact the way people feel about that technology. So even though this is a demo that comes with the system, it's a good way to sort of get a sense of what it's like to interact in the VR space, so that when we design our own games, we can make use of this and learn from this experience. I'm still amazed at how good you are at this game. In the context of the game design class, we have computer science students and communications and new media students working together in different roles. So a very important point here is that they come from different backgrounds, they speak slightly different languages in terms of what they understand about technology. Computer science students have been taught to program, CNM students have been taught to think about the human experience, and they have to bring that together in a project. So they learn that everybody has slightly different backgrounds, and when they work in an interdisciplinary team, they need to think about other people's perspectives. That's a very valuable experience that they will then be able to transfer into their work after they graduate. So having this sort of a space that's set up for experiential learning is very important, because students get to come together as a group and to see the results of their design ideas. So really experiential, complementing the theory that we're also teaching them. Almost everything that we're doing now is working with technology, involving thinking about how we communicate in a mediated way, whether it's through online lectures or through social media. So understanding the issues involved in designing for this sort of technology is something that students really should understand, even if they're not going to be making stuff themselves. It's good to understand the technology they're working with and how that impacts how they communicate with other people and in their professional lives.
We train our students as media professionals, but we know that the media sector is fast changing, transformed in an accelerated way by the pandemic that has seen the digitalization of all aspects of the economy of everyday life.
As social conditions in Singapore become complex because of globalisation, as well as because of COVID more recently, the humanities and social sciences will play an increasingly important role in Singapore society.